today's requirement as well as in future requirements, maybe with different rules also, with different rules as well. Are you clear, everyone? So we'll start looking at the things now. Basics of activity. Basics of activity. So just let me go and get into Pega PRPC. Here you go now. Our application is HDFC, right? HDFC DevOps to password rules. Today you might not be experiencing a practical requirement. Maybe all theory, which we are going to use tomorrow. Okay, let's look at this one. So whatever we have started learning from day 1 to till today and till next 3 months, everything is one project. So all is connected manner. Everything is in a connected manner. So far everything we have developed is like one case type in the screen by screen, screen 1, screen 2, screen 3. So all that is one project. So we are from day 1, we are working on one project. So the second project is hardware sizing application. Understand? So let's go ahead now and look at this one. So Dev Studio. So I'm going to explain you basics of activity about call branch queue. This is very, very important in interview point of view, as well as in the future development. We are going to work on these things. Right click on this, create technical activity. To explain you call branch queue, I'm going to create 2 activities. See, can you call a section inside another section? Can we call a section from another section? We can call. Can we call a data transform from another data transform? Yes, you can use apply data transform and you can call. Super class means you select the checkbox, right? So you can call section from section. You can call data transform from data transform. In the same manner, you can call activity from activity. You can call activity from activity. That's what I'm going to tell you now. So first I'm going to create child activity. Child activity in the sense, the activity that is being called. That is being called. Okay. Person A, person B. Person A is calling person B. Person B will respond. No? The responder I am now creating. Calling child activity. The name is I am giving as child activity. In this, whatever the steps I am going to add, those are not related to any business. Just like that I am adding. Because it should have 1 or more steps, I am going to add simply. Simply I am going to add. So I'm going to give child page referring to the class vehicle insurance, referring to the class. So why I am taking vehicle insurance? No reason. Simply I am taking it. Then step. So I want to create a page. What is the method? Page new, child page I am creating. And then one step I am adding to assign values to the properties of the child page. Property set. Property set here I am going to select child page and I am going to assign a value to the property. What is the property name I want to give here is dot, let's say direct properties I'll take. First name is equal to Abdul and last name I want to set. So in the same property set I can set no, but I am going to intentionally add another property set to explain you some concept in future. Okay, last name I am going to add directly like dot last name. So here at the step page, I am not going to take any page name. That also you'll get clarified soon. What if you give? What if you don't give? So where it will go and all, I'll explain you. So concept by concept related things you're going to learn. Okay, done. So can I remove the child page? Yes, I can. Oh, I'm sorry. Last name is Kalam. Last name is Kalam. And here I'm going to give page remove. Page remove means what it will do? It will delete the page from the clipboard. Intentionally, I have left it blank here. Intentionally, I have left this blank so that you will understand what if you give the page, what if you don't give the page. Save this, done, completed. Okay. Okay, very good. So this is child activity. I'm not going to run this activity. I'm going to invoke this activity from another activity. So I'm going to create one more activity. So I'm going to give the page name as parent page. Oh, sorry, parent activity. Parent activity and the page name parent page. I'll create and open. Create and look at here now. Pages and classes tab. Here also one page I'll define by name parent page and to the class vehicle insurance. Same class I'm going. So why same class? Why not another class? Okay, that there is no reason because this is not a business requirement. This is just a simply learning. So now again page new. Do what? Page new, parent page. Page new, parent page. Add one more step, and here you go now and give. You can call the child activity now. So how do you invoke an activity from another activity? So here you can use either call or branch or queue. See, I already explained you that when you click the down arrow here, the list that appears here are methods. This list, whatever the values that are there in this list, what do you call these things as? Methods. If you look at this list of methods, activity clear status. From this method name onwards, if you scroll down, the remaining all method names, all are in alphabetical order. Yes or no? All the methods are in alphabetical order. So up to W. Then what about this call, branch, collect, Java, queue? These should be coming somewhere in the alphabetical order below, actually. But why these 5 are being kept out of the alphabetical order? The reason is these are not methods. These are called as instructions. What do you call these things? Instructions. Call, branch, queue. These are called as instructions. These are instructions. Call, branch, queue. Three purpose is same. For three of these, purpose is same, but technically there is a difference. We will see technical difference. When to use business wise, it's not the turn to learn now, but technically what is the difference, I'll tell you now. So using call, I'm going to first use call. You select the call from the down arrow. Okay, and then give a space, click the down arrow again on your keyboard. You'll see all available activities which you can input. So I have child activity I want to call. While calling child activity, I'm going to leave it blank. I'm going to leave it what? I may choose parent page. I may leave it blank also. Okay, my choice, no? But what if you choose, what if you leave it blank? That's what we are going to discuss. Okay, let me choose first of all, without leaving it as blank, let me choose parent page. Can I access child page here? I cannot access. That is there. Child page is a different activity. Now, after this, for this activity also to have some number of steps, I'm just going to do property set. I'm just going to do what? Property set. Property set. Parent page. Intentionally, I'm going to give parent page, expand this. And here, parent page dot. Here, I'm going to give age. I'm sorry. Age value. Generally, I'm going to give 25. One more property set I will add. One more property set I will add. One more property set. This time, intentionally, I'm not going to choose any page. So this part I will tell you. That's an extra topic. Okay, for now, we are going to focus on this part only. Call activity. So expand this gender. What is that? Gender. I'm going to take it as male. So about these values, we will see later. First, we will focus on child activity is getting executed or not. So we can know about whether child activity is getting executed or not by using tracer. By using what? Tracer. I'm going to go to actions of this activity. I'm not taking any screenshots for this. You need to follow the video and do it. Okay. Just you experience the same things. Okay. Now run this. Run the parent activity. I have executed the parent activity and I'm going to trace it. And before I run this, let me explain you. If I run this activity, how the execution is going to happen. Let me explain you first. When I run the parent activity, the execution of parent activity begins. You know, right? Tracer. Activity begin. Which activity will begin? Parent activity begin. Parent activity begin. Parent activity step 1 begins. Parent activity step 1 begins. Page new. Step 1 ends. Step 1 begin. Step 1 end. By the time step 1 ends, parent page will be created on clipboard. Right? So parent activity begin, step 1 begin, step 1 end, step 2 begin. Step 2 ends, correct? Between step 2 begin end, when step 2 execution begins, it will go to child activity. It will go where? Child activity. Now child activity begins. Child activity begins, step 1 begin end, step 2 begin end, step 3 begin end, step 4 begin end, child activity ends. When child activity execution ends, control will be transferred back to parent activity step 2. Yes or no? Now step 2 ends. Parent activity step 2 ends. Parent activity at step 2 begin end. Between step 2 begin and entire child activity got executed. So after child activity successfully gets completed, control will come back to parent activity and the step 2 gets completed. After step 2 is over, it is going to execute step 3 begin end, step 4 begin end, and parent activity ends. The same we will see on the tracer now. Whatever I have explained you now orally, let's look at the same thing on the tracer. Just observe the tracer here. You're not getting this expanded. I'll just hover onto the mouse. Here you can see parent activity. When I hover, you got some tooltip now. So parent activity, this execution is. What about this one? Some gray color highlighted, no? That is child activity. So from this point to this point onwards, the overall execution represents the execution of child activity. So here to here, child activity begin, child activity execution completed. So that is where it is begin. Step 2 of parent activity. You can observe step 2 of parent activity. Step 2 of parent activity when begins, step 2 of parent activity when ends. In between, you have got child activity execution begin, steps executed, child activity execution completed. After the child activity execution is over, control has come back and the rest of the steps in the parent activity got executed. Step 3, step 4, finally parent activity gets completed. Technically, what is the execution order I am trying to show you? I'm not going to tell you when to use in real world, what is a business scenario that we can see later. Because in the next requirement itself, we'll get that business scenario to call activity for sure. So if generally, if you want to invoke any other activity from your activity, one activity to another activity, you'll use call. Okay, this is clear, everyone. Technically, how call is going to work, I'm going to tell you now. So here you go now, call. So call when you use parent activity invokes child activity. Once child activity execution completed, control will come back. Till the child activity execution gets completed, parent activity will not proceed further. Parent activity will wait at step 2. It invoked child activity now. It will wait there for the child activity to be completed successfully. Child activity failed means overall parent also will fail. Anywhere in the execution, all this is one thread. Parent to child, it will go inside and come back to parent and then go. Overall, it is single thread only. It is single thread of execution. Okay. Now, the child activity when completed, till the child activity gets completed, parent will wait at step 2. Once child activity successfully gets completed, parent will resume its execution. And after step 2, step 3, step 4 got executed. Parent waits for the child. Yes or no? Parent waits for child. This is called as synchronous processing. What is this called as? Synchronous processing. Waiting for the acknowledgement. Waiting for acknowledgement. That is called synchronous processing. When child activity gets completed successfully, then only parent will be resumed further. Okay. Here, parent is waiting for the child. Synchronous processing. This is called as. Now, after the call step, we have 2 more steps. No, these got executed or not in the tracer. Can you see those execution of those steps? Right. So these got executed. That means the steps after the call step are getting executed. The steps after the call step are getting executed if there are any steps. Call is clear. Let's go with branch. Let's go with what? Branch. Check out this. Save this. Branch. Let's try to do the same thing now. Branch also invokes a child activity. Let's see what is the difference now. Actions and then run. Trace this and then run. Branch is happening or not, we'll see. Branch is happening or not? Branch is happening. Yes or no? Branch is happening. Now, what is the difference between the records in the tracer while we trace at call and while we trace at branch? What is the difference you are observing? Just make an observation and tell me.
After the child activity, parent activity steps are not run.
Yes. Step 3 and step 4 of parent activity execution is not there in the tracer. Is not there means I can say that these are not being executed. These are not being executed. So how branch works, in case of branch, in this case also parent waits for the child to be completed. Means parent activity invokes child activity. it will wait till the child activity gets completed. After the child activity execution is completed successfully, control will come back to parent. But as it is a branch, the execution at the branch step will be ended without proceeding to execute the rest of the steps after the branch. When branch is encountered, okay, the rest of the steps after the branch won't be executed.
So there is
Both
no
call and
point in
branch.
having
Hold on. Let me finish. I'm not at done. Both call, branch, both are synchronous. But in case of call, steps after call. Oh, I'm sorry. Steps after the call gets executed. Steps after the branch. Steps after the branch gets ignored. Ignored. That's the difference. Now you can ask me, what are you trying to ask?
So there's no point in having any steps after the branch.
That's what.
Step.
Now in interview, they will ask you this question. What is the difference between call and branch? You will say the same thing. Interviewer is going to ask you now a follow-up question. In that case, there is no point in writing the steps after the branch. Why are you writing? See, if you're writing means maybe you are going to execute the branch conditionally. You are going to execute the branch. You add a condition whether to execute the branch or not. As per your requirement, your development should be like this. That is, I want a child activity to be executed if so and so condition is met. If the child activity executes, I do not want any other steps to be done. It's over. Suppose condition is not met, I don't want child. I want some different steps to be executed. That time, if this is not executed, definitely these two will run. These two will get executed. Maybe that's how you will be using steps after the branch. If you're using branch, there is no point in writing the further steps in the after the branch. Still, your writing means definitely you're going to use branch as conditional execution. Okay, we'll see conditional execution soon. Okay, clear? Next is queue. So while I am going to explain about queue, here I'll change it to queue. So before I trace the queue, okay, look at here now. So I'm going to run this to understand the difference. Now trace. In the tracer, I am going to go to settings. Additionally, one option I'm going to select. Activity is there? Yes. But I'm going to select asynchronous activity. What is that I'm going to select? So I want to trace asynchronous. First of all, what is the meaning of asynchronous? Synchronous means waiting for acknowledgement. You might have studied during your graduation somewhere. Synchronous processing, networking, synchronous processing. Synchronous means what? Waiting for acknowledgement. Asynchronous means what? No need to wait for acknowledgement. No need to wait for acknowledgement. Okay. So you may call your father. Suppose you got a new job. Okay, you got your first salary. You called your father and saying that I got my first salary. I don't have a laptop now. I'm going to purchase a new laptop. I have ordered for the laptop. So you are just informing your father saying that I'm purchasing new laptop. You are not waiting for acknowledgement. You're not asking permission. That means it is asynchronous. Maybe in another scenario, you call your father and saying that I got my first salary, right? Can I purchase a laptop with some amount of money in this? What do you say? So you are asking now permission. Your father says, okay, just wait for one day. You'll think about all the expenditure and all. Then I will tell you. So after one day, he said, okay, proceed. Okay, now what is that means? It is synchronous, waiting for acknowledgement. Understand clear, everyone? There's a difference between synchronous and asynchronous. Synchronous means waiting for acknowledgement. Asynchronous means no need to wait for any acknowledgement. Two tasks simultaneously may happen. Technically, if you talk about the transaction model, it may be parallel or may not be parallel. Depends on some other thing. Okay, as of now, for your brain, you need to only take it like asynchronous. There is a difference between asynchronous and parallel. When it comes to transaction, both look same. Asynchronous means both are going to happen simultaneously. So asynchronous processing, parallel processing, technically in a transaction model, there is a difference. You will come to know soon. But never use the term parallel processing here. Use the term called asynchronous. As of asynchronous processing means no need to wait for acknowledgement. So tracer is open. Settings are being done. I'm going to run this now. Now go through the tracer. See, now at the child activity Q, something like yellow color, one line is highlighted in the trace. I am going to click on this yellow color line. Okay, when I click on this, hey, what is going on here? Null my step page. Okay, let it be. That failure things we'll think about it later. Okay, for now, I'm not going to bother about this. The same thing has not happened in case of call branch. Okay, let it, no need to worry about this failure. First, our point is to understand Q. So you can see here on the parent tracer window, parent activity begin, step 1 begin, step 1, and parent activity step 2 begin. Between parent activity step 2 begin and end, child activity is queued. That executed or not child activity? Of course, executed. And the steps after the queue also got executed. But what is the difference here is, the difference here is, queue means parent activity, just I'll write it, just give me. Parent activity does not wait for child to get completed, This is asynchronous processing. Steps after the queue step gets executed. Steps after the queue step gets, you know what, how it happens, you know, parent activity is going to invoke the child by queue. Child activity execution will begin. Parent will not wait there. It will proceed with the rest of the steps. There is a possibility parent activity may get completed before the child. Possibility is there. Child has 15 steps. Parent only has 3 steps afterwards. Those are simple execution. Parent may get completed before the child. Possibility is there. But overall thread will be completed for the parent, child. Then only you will say overall execution is completed. Okay, clear everyone? So they may ask you these questions in interviews. What is the difference between call and queue? Branch and queue, call and branch, call, branch, queue, any combination. So call, branch, both are synchronous processing. Parent waits for the child to be completed. And in case of call branch, the steps after the call gets executed, but not the branch. Okay, next additionally, if you add queue is asynchronous. The steps after the queue gets executed. Steps after the queue gets executed simultaneously with the child activity. Okay, simultaneously parent and child will run from that moment onwards. Okay, clear everyone? So are you clear about the basics of activity call, branch, queue? So I'm not going to use any queue here. I'm going to go with call to explain you further details. Okay. See, you know about the concept of pages. You know about the concept of pages, right? Just let's go with primary page concept. What is the next topic? Primary. Call, branch, queue I have explained. Next topic is primary page. I'll not be able to finish this today. This is going to be covered tomorrow only, because today I have explained you project, no? That has almost taken half an hour time. So April 8th, 2025. And primary page I am going to explain you, give you an idea. So what is the meaning of primary? See, look at here. Generally, this is not only related to activity. For all the rules in Pega, this is applicable. So if you click the down arrow here, you are getting page name as parent page, which you have defined in the pages and classes tab. Good. But also you are getting some page primary page, no? Primary keyword you are getting. This I did not define in pages and classes. In the same manner, if you go inside, here also if you click the down arrow, you are getting primary. What is this primary? I will explain you about the primary page. But in detail, I'll explain you tomorrow. It will take around half an hour for primary page, half an hour for parameters. Okay, tomorrow also no practical, only theory. Okay, but these concepts, whatever we are going to learn, these will be used forever in our development till the end of the training program. So these are very, very important. So primary page. Okay, what is the general meaning of primary? Anyone of you tell me? Primary. Primary means?
Main part.
Main thing. Primary means just generally a main thing. Okay. See, you know about a page. What is the definition of page? You tell me. You guys already know that. Page definitions. Page is
collection of properties.
Collection of properties. Page refers to a
Class.
collection of properties. Page holds properties. Page is container of properties of its reference class. Of its reference class. Understand clear, everyone? Next. Okay, good. See, what is the importance of page in Pega? See, you remember when we wanted to access the rules of data class into work class. Data class rules, if you want to access into work class, what is the help you have taken from? Who helped you? Page helped you, correct? Page helped you. See, in the same manner, when I execute a rule, it's not only activity. It may be section, it may be flow action, it may be flow, it may be case type, any rule. Any rule in Pega, whenever a rule is been running, not only directly or running, suppose you executed case type will call flow action will call section will call activity, here and there something, right? So a rule can be somehow getting executed. When a rule is being executed, rule will run. Overall, rule execution will happen. See, in order for every rule to be executed in Pega, Pega uses one page. Without taking the help of a page, no rule can run in Pega. Without taking the help of, so for a rule to run, page is must. That means if you have a pen to write the, so for getting that, okay, in order to write with the pen, ink is mandatory. Ink is, without ink, there is no meaning of pen. Correct? Okay. For a rule to run, in order for your phone to function, you definitely need charging. Without charging, obviously you cannot work on that. So for everything, there is something primary needed. Primary thing. In order for my laptop also, I need to have this particular charging. Okay, power connection is must. Otherwise, it won't run. It will shut down. Right? For a rule to run, it takes, in the underground, it will take the help of a page. It will take the help of a page and it runs. It will take the help of a page, and that page can be anything. It can be page 1, page 2, page 3, page 4, PY work page, page 5, page 6, any name. Name we are not focusing on. It can be any name at runtime, but irrespective of whatever the name that it has, we generally call it as primary page. Primary page is the page on which a rule runs. On which a rule runs. Each and every rule when getting executed in Pega, that rule is going to take the base of a page to run. That base page is called primary page. Primary page is a page on which a rule runs. Page on which a rule runs. How this will be decided? Is it PY work page? Is it page 1? Is it page 2? Is it page 3? What page? It can be any name. It can be of any name. Pega will decide at runtime that I am going to explain you tomorrow. It will take around half an hour time. Diagrammatically, I'll explain. So today you need to focus on understanding the difference between call, branch, queue technically. So that requirement we are going to work on using call in the next further requirements. Okay. So we'll see primary page tomorrow. Okay. And then parameters. Once these two are done, OBJ open. We'll start working on fetching single record using OBJ. Multiple records. Okay. Make sense? Clear, everyone?
Yes.
So someone is saying control doesn't return to parent activity. When it will not return to parent activity? Who told? Who told in case of branch control will not return back to parent activity? Where did you get this information from? Where did you get this information from? You saw in the tracer, I did not tell you that point, right? Did I say that control will not come back to parent? Did I say that? Did I show anything on the tracer like that? It is not returning back. Did you see anything like that? It is not returning back. So the end of execution is happening at the parent or child. When you are working with branch, the end of execution is happening at parent or child in the tracer. What did you observe? Parent only. When parent, the end of execution happens, means control returned back or not returned. Then why are you saying control doesn't return back? Sirisha. I know why are you saying. You are saying because you have read this somewhere in the websites. Okay. Go to 99% of websites, they will write the same thing. You go to 99% of trainers, they will teach the same thing. But only when you practice, you will come to know it will return back. It will return back for sure. Okay. But what happens, when someone says something, okay, when people are started following all that, that false will become true. So everyone is market. How market is going on? Branch control will not return back. Everyone is saying control will not return back. What you can do? Of course, you feel like as a beginner, you feel like control will not return back. Control returns back. Control returns back in case of branch. Ending will happen only at the called activity only. Okay. So please, you need to know what is wrong in the market, what is right for the experience. Both you need to know. Good. Thank you. And we'll continue tomorrow. Thank you for joining.
Harsha,
Harsha,
you showed 4 instructions: the branch, call, queue, and Java, but you did not
No,
explain.
Java and all will not discuss. These three are related. These three only will discuss. Okay. As of now.
Okay, are you gonna to tell in?
No need of Java. Java coding will not write. Those are not required. That's why I had left it. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. We'll continue
Harsha, I
tomorrow.
have a doubt.
If you have any doubt, you message me because it is getting late for the other batch, or join 10 minutes before. Tomorrow I'll open. Today I have some issue with my laptop. Tomorrow 10 minutes before only I'll open. Okay.
Okay, okay.
Just otherwise you can send me a message.